All right, we are back with questions 11 and 12. I did find an error in the study guide for number 11 with the layout of the letters. So if you will please double check your study guide that you have the correct letters. The first box would be a big G. Box below it is big G, little g. Next side, it would be big G, little g. And finally, the last box is little g, little g. So if you need to figure out what the parents have, you want to pull these genotypes apart. A good rule of thumb for making this easy is to think of the first letter in each group gets pulled this way. And the second letter in each group gets pulled to the top. So if I look at this, what I would come up with is that the parent across the top, I know one gene has to come up and one gene has to go across. So in this case, I see there's a big G, and a big G, little g, big G, little g, little g, little g. So I am assuming that since this one is not in common, that the little g has to definitely come off here to the side. And the big G that's in common would come off to this side. So I'm going to work down here so you guys have a better view of what I'm doing. So I would take this, and since I know there's a big G in both big G's here, so one goes to the side, one goes to the top. So big G for one parent and big G for the other parent. Now as I look here in the second box, I discover, well, here's my big G. All right, and since he's not in line with that first box, I'm assuming this G goes over here to the side. And here's my little g. That one's got to go up on top. Okay, then I need to figure out what to do with these letters. Well, I have a big G, and as I look at my genetics here and what I'm laying out, I already have one big G going up on top. So that means this big G is already used. I have a little g that needs to be used. So that would be the next letter. So your parent genotypes would be big G, little g, big G, little g. Answering the question for number 12, if both parent plants are tall, which they are, we can see they have the dominant big G. Why is the offspring plant small? And I would answer that with both parents had a recessive genotype for small, so they have a chance that one of their offspring could be small. The breaking down of the parent genotypes from what you get here, it's just a matter of making sure that as you use each letter, you cross out what you've used. But the biggest thing is just because mom and dad are tall doesn't mean everyone's going to be. So I hope this answers all of your study guide questions. If you have any other questions from here on out, please don't hesitate to ask. If you lose the study guide, please make sure you ask me for another one so you are able to still study at home. All right, take this home, put it in your mailbox, and get ready to study. There we go.